Welcome to Build Your Dream Network. I'm Kelly Hoey. I see people struggling to connect effectively all the time, so I created this podcast to help you master your network building needs. Whether you're seeking a new job, looking for a promotion, or scaling your business, you need a network, and you're in the right place to get the advice you need. And don't worry, my advice is real. It's actionable and practical because it's the advice I follow and is what has transformed my career from the traditional to the unexpected. So let's get started. This week on the podcast, I'm going to keep it relatively short and sweet, as I suspect you could be feeling a bit inundated with guidance, suggestions, and you could have some unfinished projects or lengthy to-do lists sitting before you, and, well, you might just need to take a moment to take in all you've been taking in. Alternatively, you could be coming out of a funk and, well, you're ready to get started on that job search or career transition or pivoting your business. Either way, with all that in mind, this week it seemed like a good time to provide a little Build Your Dream Network review. A conversation with some university students and new graduates who are members of the Bright Network also prompted this idea, as they were asking some really smart questions, the answers to which are scattered across a number of past podcast episodes. But before I dive in, a few thoughts, again, thanks to the Bright Network students. So, if you're wondering what to share with your network when you're looking for career opportunities, as these students had been asking me, why don't you share what you're learning? Tell your network about the webinars, classes, or talks you've been signing up for or taking. Those courses you've been taking could help someone else in your network with their job search or career transition. Plus, it signals to recruiters that you're proactive or a self-starter or a lifelong learner. You know, those qualities that are kind of desirable to employers. Don't stop at simply posting that you've signed up for a course. Take it a step further. After you've attended, share your takeaways. Because, as I've been known to say, your point of view is meant to be shared. Now, if you're wondering what to do if an internship opportunity has disappeared because of the pandemic, I've got 3 suggestions for you. First, stay in touch with the company who hired you. Just because the internship evaporated doesn't mean the connections have to as well. You could connect with the individuals you interviewed with. They did hire you, after all, and spent a lengthy amount of time talking to you. So connect with them on LinkedIn. You could also follow their public profiles on other social networking sites. Send an email letting them know how much you appreciated the internship offer. And while you're disappointed in not being able to work with them this summer, you hope your career paths will cross again in the future. Because who knows? We're in a unique moment in time, but not a forever moment. There will be a new normal, and whatever it is, you're going to need those relationships to succeed. So just because the internship didn't happen, don't lose the relationships. A second suggestion, if you've lost an internship, is to include information on how you landed the internship in your cover letters that you're sending out or in the About section on LinkedIn. You likely hustled, competed, and proved yourself to land that coveted internship. That in and of itself is worth bragging about and is really valid to brag about, as the loss of the opportunity had nothing to do with your skills and abilities. Third, my guess is beyond money, the internship was likely going to provide you with an opportunity to gain valuable career skills. So I'd suggest assessing the gaps in your skills resume and look to new volunteer roles or stepping up in the extracurricular activities you are already a part of. You could be showing up in name only, so assess your contributions to determine if you could do more. Could you mentor? Could you take additional courses to gain skills? These are a couple of other ideas. My own nephews have decided to sign up for summer semester at university. The stress of a full course load could be less stressful than dwelling on the internship opportunity that did not materialize. Now, as promised, as for previous podcast episodes, some particularly good ones to go back and listen to now are: what does networking mean? And what does it look like today? That is the first Build Your Dream Network episode. Rethinking what networking is essential as we live in digital and ponder the new normal. Digital should seamlessly work with your in real life networking, and mastering the tools you have at hand today will hold you in good stead for the future. Next, I'd suggest listening to Where is Your Network? This is the November 5th episode, as too many people still operate under the false assumption that they don't have a network. You have one, I promise, and that episode will show you where to find it. I also recommend taking a listen to the January 28th episode on soft skills. These skills were highly desirable before and will continue to be needed by employers. Finally, the March 10th episode on how to reach out on social media, because, oh my, some folks sure do have it wrong, and you don't want to be one of those people. Let me know if you have any questions following your review of these past episodes, as I'd love to get you some answers. You can reach me on Twitter at jkhoey, or find my contact details on my website, jkellyhoey.co. Thanks for listening, and I'll be back with more networking ideas next week. Thank you for listening to Build Your Dream Network. Stay connected and don't miss a networking insight by subscribing to the podcast. And while you're there, I'd love you to rate and review the show too. Are you looking for more networking advice? Pick up a copy of my book, Build Your Dream Network. It's your guide to modern networking. I'd like to hear your networking questions, tips, and ideas. Connect with me via my website, jkellyhoey.co. You'll find links to all my social media accounts, plus a contact form to email me your questions. I'm Kelly Hoey, and I'll be back again next week to tackle your networking challenges.